How I got started in full-time freelance was a combination of finding online and offline clients. My first clients were found online on community boards and forums, namely a forum dedicated to young entrepreneurs. Most of those clients fizzled out, but one ended up being a wonderful long-term tenure client. I just needed one great client, and that was the client. They soon referred me to two other great contacts that they knew personally, and bam, you could see how focusing on gaining just a few clients can end up reaping huge rewards. Offline, I developed a connection with a small business at a local gathering of other small business owners. Once that relationship started to blossom, I did more and more work for them, and they referred me to clients that I still have today, 12 years later. Of course, those continue to keep referring me to other client work. So as you can see, the hardest part of all this is finding the first one or two solid clients. Then just go above and beyond to create solid work, and those referrals will be how your business grows, not by having to continually go out and find work. I cannot remember the last time I had to post on a forum or Facebook group for work because those client referrals just keep rolling in. I wanted to share what it was like personally for me because I'm going to suggest some online websites in the next section, and a lot of those could be frustrating for new freelancers. I have never found a permanent client on one of these major freelancing websites. It's not impossible, but it's worth a shot for you to try out. All that to say, do not feel discouraged if a great long-term client does not come from one of these online websites. That is why I offer a wide variety of places to find clients, as my own personal journey of finding clients may be different than your own. For finding clients online, Upwork is a great logical place to start. It is one of the bigger freelancing websites out there. I actually use Upwork to help me set hourly and project rates because I can look up people with similar work experience and portfolios. I can compare my rate to theirs and adjust my hourly and project rates if they differ widely. This has helped me out when I tried to price myself for new client work. So even if I'm not able to find permanent client work on here, this website's still very useful for me for pricing. When you're first starting out and finding your clients, it's worth going ahead and giving it a try and building a profile here. Once again, since you're building a personal brand and you have a nice professional photo, it can really shine here. And you have your elevator pitch language that you can put on as your profile opener. Do not sell yourself short here. Many people do. Your goal is to find fewer high-quality clients, not more lower-quality clients. You want those nice long-term clients for stable cash flow, right? But do not overcharge unless you have a killer portfolio of previous client work from your previous career. The big trick on Upwork is getting that first client project. Many people glaze over your profile because you don't have a work history with them. As you can see, the amount of jobs you've had on the Upwork network is shown on your profile. This might be the one time you break the rule I described above. You need at least one complete job for social proof. Doing a lower price job once, making sure you get a review and exchange, might be worth pursuing. Once you get your job completed, you can update your price higher and higher each time. And you can continue to do this as you complete more jobs. This is the sacrifice of freelancing. You're selling yourself, and sometimes you have to give a few services away to build social proof. Social proof are those things like positive reviews. I know many people who refuse to do free work in exchange for reviews or social proof, and I admire you. If that is you as a student taking this class, stick with your gut. If you have significant experience in your previous career and you cannot stomach giving away your very valuable skills for exchange for a free review, then make sure you sell yourself hard and well on your portfolio and on your profile, because you will be at a slight disadvantage to others who have proven work on this particular network. Freelancer.com is another website option, but it's not as large as the Upwork network, but it's another way to connect with freelancing jobs. I will talk about one to avoid. Do not try Fiverr. You're going full-time freelance and you want to elevate the value of your services. Fiverr is for those who want to do high volume of sales and work. Do not do Fiverr. It can work for a very small percentage of people, but mostly a side hustle, so enough said. Facebook is a great way to connect with potential clients, but not through ads, but through the group section. The trick here is to find the right groups. There are so many niche groups and other freelancing groups, but there's one I belong to called Freelancing Females. I constantly see other freelancers post work or jobs, and some of these are successful in finding connections. If you are a freelance writer, you can join other writing groups, but you may find more success joining a group that focuses on publication, creating magazines, and self-publishers who might be looking for people who are editors or writers. You'll find more work being a part of groups that need your services instead of being part of groups that already do it. That's great for finding business and improving your business, but being able to find new work, go where they are seeking your type of work. As a graphic designer, I joined small business groups. It's a great network full of people who need what? Branding and advertising, and I'm there and I'm available. Although I need to actively give feedback and be helpful before I'm able to just join in and advertise my services, that's a surefire way to get kicked off by the group and by the group administrator. You can read countless reviews for these online freelance websites and see tons of disappointments. You have a killer portfolio and a great work history, you should not have any problems. But what if you're still in the business of building that work history and portfolio? What if you switch careers and now you're doing something totally different than what your old salary job was? This is where searching for offline clients is necessary for boosting your work history and portfolio. Most of my early clients came from offline connections, some personal and some friends of friends. A lot of them came through networking with local business groups and organizations, as I mentioned before. Local nonprofits always need freelance type work. A great way to get a client referral and a portfolio built is to volunteer your service for local charity and nonprofits. Trust me, working for nonprofits and you do a great job, they love to refer you. And a lot of times they can refer you to for-profit clients that pay even more for your work. Meetup is a great website to find local business groups and connections that are meeting locally in your city. I believe they're global, so if you're not in the United States, you still should be able to go online, find groups that are in your niche, or find groups that may need your services and start to participate locally in person in some of these groups.